Hello everyone and welcome back to OMNIVORE here in Spore with our OMNIVORE playthrough, or what I should really call at this point, our trader playthrough, our space trader no less. And there have been some developments. So I've got a lot to catch you guys up on actually, and if you have been following along on our Twitter and if you have been following along on our update vlogs, then you'll know the tragedy that has struck the Keemquaw. And don't worry, the Keemquaw are still here, and spoilers, they're gonna still be here even after we wrap up our summer in space with the solar eclipse coming up this Monday, which is gonna be pretty awesome. But you guys have loved the Keemquaw, I love the Keemquaw, we all love the Keemquaw. Let us flap our little Keemquaw wings in joy for them, and we're definitely gonna be keeping up with their adventures for quite a while, because now that we have conquered our entire planet, we have taken to space, and that is kind of where the tragedy comes in. So last time I left off with you guys, we had actually just started to explore the solar systems that happen to neighbor our own within the galaxy, and we were doing a pretty good job. We had just started to peck away at potential planets that we could turn into new colonies, and that I'm pretty sure is actually where we very last left off together. And then we did a lot more things after that, and they're lost forever because unfortunately there was a Windows update and Seri forgot to check Bandicam, and my audio didn't record for 4 episodes worth of misadventures in space, and oh my, were they ever misadventures. So don't worry you guys, really too much, you haven't missed too much, to be completely honest. It's kind of been a bit of a travesty. I'll show you guys the best of what we managed to find, and then we can address everything else that's been going down with the poor Keemquaw in space. It's been a little bit of an event, let's just say. Alright, and I think I actually put some of them down. No, apparently not. What do we have here? Oh, the 3-headed earth dragon, who could actually, oh, look at those guys, they're so funky looking. What are you? Come here, buddy. The Paul. So they look like a nice fatty herbivore, like a prickly like seal that I'm sure the carnivore we are about to put on down is going to very much enjoy. The 3-headed earth dragon, given to us by Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raganon Empire is trying to contact us. Alright, we'll look at that in a little bit, but let me put down the 3-headed earth dragon. We now have the Zoologist 1 reward for doing different events in space, which means we can have crop circles. There's the Paul. Oh dear, we have just witnessed the cycle of life and death before us. Let's look at this 3-headed earth dragon really quickly though, because I thought he was really cool. Check him out. Emerald Cruncher on the Sporepedia made this guy. Super awesome. I really like him. 3 heads. We've got some crystals popping out, and they're actually not lined up straight down the spine. They're kind of put at asymmetric little locations there. Really like it. I really like this guy. So he's going to belong in our solar system now, eating those little spiky seal pulls and enjoying hopefully a semi-decent life on this somewhat frozen planet. Ooh, and look at the view of our homeworld over there with the rings and the moon. We have the best homeworld out of our 3 Spore playthroughs with the Keemquaw for sure. Definitely better than the Leoplea and their eyeball trees. Ugh. And pretty good compared to the Finnaw actually. So we do have 3 Spore Let's Plays in case you guys were wondering, which should hopefully tide away some of the pain of the fact that things have changed since you last saw space. Dun 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 dun! We have colonies! Yay! And we're also struggling to get anywhere with those colonies because we're having such a hard time making money. That may seem weird because we have about 75,000 Spore bucks right now, but I need to reassure you guys, it has been a pain in the Keemquaw's spiky rump to try to get any Spore bucks, and we have actually lost out on so many of our special planets. So Where to begin? All right, as you guys can see, we have contacted some empires, and if you want to see what it is like when you play Spore and you contact empires, you set up your colonies, and you terraform for the first time, I can no longer show those precious things to you with the Keem Quad because we lost that footage forever. But you can check out our Leopley and our Finop playthroughs, and you can see what it's like to establish your first colony, what it is like to contact an empire for the first time, and all those good things there. Most of you guys are probably pretty familiar with Spore, so we'll go ahead and just get on with it, and I'll show you guys what's been going on. If you may remember, we did have a few pink spice planets near us that I was super excited about. This being one of those planets right over here. This one. Remember how excited I was about this one with the beautiful blue star and like the magma surface, and I waxed poetic about what we could do with this potential planet? Yeah. Our new friends, the My Empire, has actually claimed it before I could afford a colony in Credipac. Just add water and you have an instant colony, and smack it down to claim the solar system. So we'll have to buy it out from the My when we have enough money to be able to trade a solar system. Though actually, I just remembered, we have this cash infusion ability, and it instantly takes over systems where we have established trade routes. So we need to be able to become friends with the My Empire and then establish a trade route here, and then we can get the pink planet from them, the pink spice planet, and literal pink planet actually. And that's going to be awesome because I fell in love with this place, and remember how excited I was? Pink spice sells for a lot, and pink spice can actually, wow, I think they terraformed it? Do they terraform it on their own? Because I didn't do this. I didn't put these down, and it was not a T2 when I left it. Does the terraform level of other planets actually change if you leave other species to tend to it? That's ridiculous. Let me know if that actually happens, because I don't know if I've ever seen that happen in Spore, but this was a magma planet when we left it. We have video evidence. It was not a T2. Did they terraform it on their own? Oh, that's so cool. And I like the trees that they brought in too. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, well, maybe I won't be super cranky about them having done this. What? What is that? What are those? The classic, what are those? Seri call of excitement, and the Cortia X-Wing. Wow, that does not look like something I would want to run into on a nice walk in the forest. Oh my gosh, look at him. He looks like he would eat you and your grandma and your dog too. Oh my gosh. With 4 wings, claws with saws, a club-like tail, and sharp beak, this is one of the creatures you do not want to meet ever. This creature will dominate your species. The dabbling all time. They're dabbing all time. All the time. Dabbing. Oh my gosh, has dabbing been around that long? All right, so there's that one. And then, wow! Look at this! It's a diamond dragon! I want one! I don't really have the storage space to be able to snag one right now, but dang! One of the 12 sacred dragons, each born with one of the 12 birthstones embedded within its heart. These stones are what grant these mythical beasts their unique abilities and powers. Ooh, I would want to collect up all 12 of the mythical dragons. Then it would be a really cool Spore adventure, don't you think? Or maybe a life in a mythical dragon. That would be fun. All right, well, we'll investigate those later. But yes, anyway, this was going to be our planet. It was not claimed. It was also not a T2, so now I don't feel quite as cranky about that. And the My Empire, who was the very first empire we have ever met, actually came and claimed the spot. And what is this? Whoa, what is that? What? Alright, the My Empire ship just suddenly like started exploding, and there's evidence of a previous colonization here? What? Things are getting a little bit interesting. And what are the My up to down here anyway? It looks like they're just kind of dancing in a little group. So, that's interesting. And they've got some really fascinating buildings as the buildings that they have for their city. But the Mai-Mais were the first species we met in space. So let me introduce you to them. And I'll show you where I got really excited about them and then really scared very quickly. One right after the other. It was very exciting. I am so sad. My gasping scream of shock is lost forever to the void of lost audio. So here we go. There they are, the My-Mais. They're not the worst, but it took them forever to open their mouth. I saw them like this, you guys, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Look at the flowers. We could have the Kimqua like maybe be tempted to go up, and I imagine it'd be so hard to not cause a diplomatic issue by going up and trying to feed off the flowers. And then they started talking to us, and they did that. Isn't that just the wonkiest thing? Oh my gosh. So then they opened their mouth and I realized, yeah, no, I don't think the Kimqua would want to go up and try to feed off of the flowers on their arms and the side of their heads, because then they would just open that gigantic mouth and eat a Kimqua whole. So, welcome to the Mai Empire. They are the first empire we have ever met. We're trying to be friends with them. So let's see if we can do anything. Can we trade with them? Red spice for 13,000. Yeah, I'm just excited about it as you are, guy. Oh my gosh, I will totally take that. Okay, sorry, getting a little bit loud there. Let's go grab some more red spice. So anyway, let's trade with them a little bit more. We might even have enough money that we can spoil them a little bit with a gift, and then we'll start trading that particular planet, because that was going to be ours. That was going to be our pink spice hotspot. We were going to make so much money off that planet. We were going to be rolling in it as the traders of the space galaxy Kimqua Empire. We really wanted to have a lot of money, and the fact that we had a red and yellow spice system, and the fact that the first system we were forced to settle because of the quest that we were given was a red spice system, those are what slowed us down. And then we met the Mai over here around their home planet, and I was like, okay, we've got that done. Came back, went to colonize this planet, and they had taken it from me. I thought, oh, that's okay. I know there was another pink spice planet somewhere nearby. So you guys, for the first time ever since I have been playing Spore, let me see if I can. Okay, there was this pink spice planet, and I was like, okay, this is going to be another one of our pink spice planets for our pink spice empire. The Kimqua are going to be so rich. We talked about how I like to imagine that the pink spice for the Kimqua, for the Leoplea, it became barbecue sauce. Different flavors of barbecue sauce to coat on all those things that are carnivorous species the Leoplea actually ate. And for the Kimqua, I like to imagine that the pink spice allows them to pollinate different types of plants in new ways to make really unique hybrids that result in fruits and vegetables and bugs and different nectars that they really like to eat. So they do eat meat, but I like to imagine that that's pretty just like uncommon for them. For the most part, they'll eat like bugs. If we can find a gigantic bug-like species, they probably would love to roast it and eat it. So they might enjoy a good bug barbecue. But for like your raw red meat, that's not really the Kimqua. But I like to imagine that all the different types of spices, especially pink spice, facilitates an environment where they could actually end up creating different kind of hybrid plants that would have nectars that could become very fancy nectars that they could sell for a lot within their own species and their own empire, I suppose. I guess it's proper to say your own species when we're going to be the ones eating the nectar, or to other species who might happen to be interested. Also, this is really pretty. Wow! I don't know if I've ever ended up inside of one of these clouds before. Wow, this is kind of cool. Oh my gosh, why is Spore always so much prettier than I remember? Okay, anyway, with that little ramble on how we make galactic space nectar, which sounds pretty awesome if you ask me, aside, there's our pink spice planet. And I thought, okay, that's fine. We'll hit pink spice planet number 2 and we'll colonize that system instead. And for the first time ever in Spore, for me at least, you guys, this species, which we put down here, this hypnomantis. Where did this hypnomantis come from? I can't remember. I think we put them down there to complete. We had like a hypnomantis, and I put it down, and I was like, cool. We completed the solar system, or we completed the Terra score for this planet. I just stabilized the Terra score. That's all I did. Stabilize the Terra score, and we left. And we came back, and without us putting down a monolith, I have never had this happen before. We did not put down a monolith. We don't even have the ability to put down monoliths. When you put down monoliths, you uplift a species and you give them intelligence, and it allows them to become evolve pretty rapidly. If they were just a creature species like this was when we left them, then if once you put a monolith down, they will become a tribal species. You can still see the ruins of the different tribal spots that they had, and then they'll become a city species like this, and then eventually they will become a spacefaring species, and you can trade with them, you can have them as allies, etc., etc. But there was no monolith. There is no monolith on this planet. They uplifted and evolved themselves and took over the solar system so that we cannot put a colony on that pink planet. And we can't do anything with the solar system unless we eradicated every single one of these cities and got rid of this species, or unless we help uplift them and make them spacefaring and then trade with them fairly when they come into space. And I just couldn't believe it, you guys. I was flabbergasted. I have never had a species uplift itself, evolve itself. And so it just totally took me back. And that's what happened here. So that's how we lost our second pink spice planet last time. Yeah, it's been a little bit of an adventure. Also, we gained the ability to use our radar to look for the treasures, the unique treasures that we can have. Let me see if we can find, is my radar on? Yep, my radar's on. So we now have the spacefaring radar. It will help us to locate artifacts on the planets that act as treasure, and to locate these handy dandy terraforming tools. These are not the kind of useful terraforming tools that we are going to really love and search for that will allow us to change the density of the atmosphere or the heat or cold temperature, like the temperature of a planet. Those are different kinds of terraforming tools that we have to earn through manually terraforming for quite a while. It takes forever. I love terraforming. It's my favorite thing to do, but it is going to take a long time before we have the tools needed. These are different kinds of terraforming tools, and I think we just got the cyan terra green coloring that allow us to change the look. Just the look of a planet. And this is actually a pretty cool one. I like this one. It'll take us a while to collect all of them, but they're really fun to have if you just want to kind of change the cosmetic appearance of planets. And then finally, that nifty tool I just told you about, the radar, to be able to pick stuff up and locate treasure. That's how we've been having our money. We are still so dirt poor that we cannot terraform the one pink spice planet out of all of the others I have finally been able to secure for us. We need money. We need a lot of money. We need so much spore bucks so that we can change this planet, which happens to be pink on its own, which I was tickled by. And if we want to change this place so that we will be able to terraform it and get its terra score up, and until the T score is up, we can't put any factories, so we can't gather any pink spice here. We need money. How do we get the money? We have become, dun 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 dun, artifact hunters. That is how the Kimqua have been making their money, because I have literally been cut off at every other avenue with making any money worth speaking of whatsoever, because everybody was, until recently, only buying our red spice for like 300 spore bucks. It was ridiculous. But we became artifact hunters, and I started planet hopping in desperation, searching for artifacts that we could sell. And last time I managed to pick ourselves up some opals off of like one of these planets and sold them to this species over here. Oh, I can't remember who these guys are, but they're really nice. Okay, I think they're over here. So let's say hello to them, because they have settled down on this little spot. Oh yeah, the steampunk dragons. The Steampunk Dragon Empire, who we are actually currently friends with, and we have a trade route set up with them, so we can try using our special trade route ability in the future. Come on, Steampunks. Are you guys gonna talk to me? I'd like to know more about your race. There they go. Yeah, they're so big you can't even see them, but they're basically steampunk dragons. How cool is that? So they are the practice of order, by the way. That's fascinating. Thank you for sharing with me. They're pretty cool. We're still working with them, but it was selling opals that we scraped up off the surface of a planet as treasure hunters that finally gave us the headway and funds that you see, that will hopefully give us the ability to terraform this planet, that will hopefully finally start giving us money. So welcome to me having to summarize like 2 hours worth of playing in Spore for you guys in just a couple minutes. Well, okay, it's been like 20 minutes, but still. And that's why I've been like just tearing my hair out and desperate for the poor Team Quap, because it was like everything we tried to do to get them money and to get them established in the galaxy was thwarted. So they're really kind of being pushed around a little bit by the other empires at the moment. The Mai-Mais are kind of just doing their own thing. The steampunk dragons are doing their own thing. Other species who aren't even spacefaring are doing their own thing and evolving right under us so that we can't take over their solar system. So it's been interesting, to say the least. But I'm really glad that I am back in the United States and back to being able to share this little wild ride with you guys. Also, of course, the deep irony would happen. And just as I complained to you guys about how we can't make any money and we aren't able to gather up any funds at all, we would actually end up being able to sell all of that red spice to the Mai-Mais for a fantastic price. So I feel a little bit shy about that. But let's go ahead and move on. So now that I have explained all that to you, I've told you guys about the nectar, I've introduced you to the two nice empires. These guys are jerks. I don't remember what they want. They wanted to talk to us, didn't they? Well, let's pop over here. Let's recharge really quickly. Homeworld is going to complain at us about doing the Galactic quest at some point. Also, stop. Okay, I really made this matriarch very angry, and I like to imagine that the Queen Society, kind of like the Leopley Society, is based around a like a queen bee, basically a matriarch who kind of guides each hive, and we're kind of our own matriarch. So I feel like we aren't subservient to like Homeworld. We're just sort of like our own captain matriarch, starting up new hives, and it's a new kind of position. So they try to boss us around, but we're equal to any of the other queen bees on the planet. Thank you very much. Anyway, a little less on the Quimqua, how do I put it? A little bit less about Quimqua culture, and let's pop back over to this planet and let's see what we can do now that we have a little bit of money. So hopefully we can help them out. They're going to be very cold way back over here because they're really kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And I do happen to have a plant that you guys should have heard me when I found it. I got so excited that I will share with you guys. There's some other planets I'll share with you guys in the future too. But goodness, I'm going to be super careful because we had some great adventures and we're going to have many more. And I don't want to lose them this time. All right, so we need to make this place quite a bit warmer and we need to add some atmospheric density. So I have the opposite of those things. We need to go find an atmosphere generator and probably 2 each, atmosphere generator and a meteor shower. So let's go buy those and let's get this pink spice planet up and going so that we're not just like the podunky little red spice traders of the galaxy. Are you kidding me? We want to have a little bit more oomph and authority than that. So let's see if the dragons, what price they sell it for. All right, Steampunk dragons, how are you doing? Let's go ahead and trade. They have they have 2 atmosphere generators for 150. So I do need an atmosphere generator. And then let's see what the Mai-Mai Empire will hopefully sell those same things for. Dun dun dun. Homeworld's always going to be more expensive than finding others to sell or to like work with. All right, atmosphere generators, fantastic. I think I can only buy one. Only one? Ah, it's so expensive. All right, well, I definitely need the atmosphere generator. There we go. And then now we need to have not an ice storm. We need to have a meteor shower, possibly 2. I've actually used some of them on that planet already. No. I'm not interested right now. Okay, they're trying extremely hard at Homeworld, by the way, to get us to participate in the Galactic Adventures expansion of Spore, which we will work in later. So, all right, recharge. And now we need... Oh no, I can't buy it yet. Thwarted once more. Oh, I cannot buy the meteor shower yet. You guys, we can't buy the meteor shower yet, which means that we literally cannot make that pink spice planet what we want yet. So welcome to the Quimqua's dilemma how their life has been going lately. Every time we try to get ahead a little bit, something happens. Let's go ahead and buy the small energy storage to expand our energy just because we can. Jack of all trades badge, thank you. Didn't unlock any new tools. So yeah, nobody is selling the meteor shower yet, which means we cannot heat up that pink spice planet, which means we're back to square one with having to focus on working on some other adventures in space, maybe finding a less hostile race than these guys who are apparently like red-nosed reindeers. Let's go see if we can actually get something out of them. Hey, say hello to us. Without destroying us, please. Oh my gosh. Hey, you guys. Pay no attention to the many large weapons pointed directly at your brain. They're here for your protection. I come in peace. I just want your money. You don't look like a red-nosed reindeer. You look like a tapeworm, to be honest. It's well that you approach us with humility, stranger. Well, I don't really care about prestige with you. I just want your money. Oh, there's the red nose. He's got a twisty little neck. All right, so we can't trade with them because we have to improve our relationship if we want to trade with them. We introduced ourselves at least, so we made them a little less hostile. But we're going to have to spend lots and lots of money, giving them tons of financial gifts to be able... Oh, he's got a weird head. To be able to even make headway with this guy. So let's get out of here. We're in the Traveler 1 badge. And we're going to have to do even more traveling in order to get anywhere. We can probably try to go buy, like, we'll just have to zip back and forth with our red spice groups and deliver it to the Maya Empire and buy more colony and credit packs, just add water. And hopefully that will allow us to start colonizing some new areas. We'll do some big exploring and we'll try colonizing some places that might actually start yielding us. See, even these guys... This is a beautiful pink spice planet and there was another civilization here. So we'll start doing some more exploring, and I think that honestly the Kimqua are kind of being pushed into the kind of corner where their main focus is truly going to be as artifact hunters for a while, because we're not able to make much of a dent in the spice markets, the intergalactic spice markets. Not really doing the best at making a lot of headway that way. Everybody else is already pretty established compared to us. All right, there we go. We'll grab another colony and credit pack for now. And so to really start making the big bucks, we're going to need to start colonizing more areas and exploring so that we can find treasure. So we are about to become galactic treasure hunters. I love it. I actually think that's a great direction for the Kimqua to go. So welcome back, everyone. We will be continuing on with the Kimqua. Like I said, even though it is going to be the end of summer in space pretty soon, I love these guys. As long as you continue to give them your support and love, then I will be very happy to continue with their adventures for quite a while, because I get addicted to Space Station Spore. I absolutely love flying around, terraforming, exploring, finding new alien species, and we are going to try out that new thing that we talked about when we played with the Leopli, where we will actually try playing in creature stage as some of the most fascinating creatures that we find while in space stage as the Kimqua. And we'll say that that creature stage experience is the researchers watching the creatures, and we can just have some fun on a new planet with one of the creatures that we discover for a little while, playing as them as creatures. I think that'd be really fun. Look at this is the volcano. This is the really fun volcano where we actually were able to fly. Remember catching the draft with our wings, and we would fly so far on our planet. This is absolutely fascinating that is still there. I don't know what this was supposed to represent. Oh my goodness, I think that, yes, right over here should be. Look! What? The spacecraft that is in the dirt is now our spacecraft. That's so fascinating. Can I scan it? It doesn't do anything. That would have been way too cool if it did something. That would have been amazing. But yeah, we'll have lots of adventures as the Kimqua, as long as you guys are still there to enjoy them. So enough of that rambling. Next time we will definitely be moving on with more space adventures. And if you guys want to dive in creature stage as some of the creatures that we find and play as them for a few episodes, then do let me know, because that will let me know, like, hey, it's time to just get on the ground and walk around for a little while. And if you guys are interested in diving into the Galactic Adventures, then let me know. But for now, we should probably focus on trying to make the Quimqua a little bit more established and a little bit less desperate and having to live on just the appetites of the Mai-Mais for some red spice. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.